Computer. All right. Hey there, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Tiffany Jackson, naturopathic doctor and owner of Eco Health Wellness Center. And I am so excited to have one of my patients on today doing a Zoom testimony with me. And she happens to be just such a fun human, such a fun person. She teaches booty yoga on James Island. So that is how we first met. But I'd like to introduce you to Shelby, the booty yoga queen. Thank you for joining me. And
yes, of course.
Testimony. So I just love it when patients, you work with me for the 12 weeks and then here you are on the end of the 12 weeks, a totally different person. Well, just health-wise. So let's start from the beginning. Like, what really happened and why did you decide to come be a patient?
Yeah, well, the biggest thing, my moment was I took a trip for Christmas and was visiting some friends in the Caribbean, stayed in a house that is up in a very tropical zone, so lots of humidity. There was mold and whatever was in that house. And the moment we got there, this dream vacation, I had all kinds of sinus and throat, just instant inflammation or, this infection thing happening. I was super pissed, for lack of classy words to say, because I'm on my freaking vacation and I end up being sick and tired. So I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And when I came back, I was like, enough of this. I don't care what it costs. Like, I want to see change, because that was a chronic thing for me, was throat and nose, just like all this heady, always having phlegm and really struggling with that.
Yeah, I remember you just talking about all the coughing fits and all the mucus production, and like it just lasted for weeks and weeks and weeks. It would not go away. And then also I remember you saying just how run down. You're like, I just feel so tired.
Yeah.
So we did a lot of different things. Shelby did my 12-week program when she was a rock star patient. She started taking supplements that she had never taken before. She changed up her diet a little bit, the biggest one being dairy. We eliminated
dairy.
I know. I was like the worst person. She's like, no, don't tell me I can't have ice cream. Don't tell me I can't have the creamer in your coffee. Remember that?
Oh, well, it was like the moment that you started the onboarding sheet. I loved how thorough it was. And I so appreciated how you took a holistic perspective of not just like, well, when were you sick, but like, what do you eat? And I loved the content, what do you eat in a normal day? And then what do you eat on your worst day? And I didn't realize the sheer volume of dairy and, my world, how much cheese, but like, I love me some freaking heavy cream in my coffee. So when you were like, you got to cut that, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, but slowly, I mean, and then we did a lot of immune supportive herbs, which was awesome. And I think it took about 4 weeks or so for you to really start to see that big difference. But then it got better.
Yeah. Well, and it's cool that I think one of my biggest takeaways of partnering with you is not just working with a health practitioner that's like, oh, you just have to do these things, take these pills, and I don't understand why. I love how you're like, well, I can tell you that you're having responses with dairy, or that, wheat is a big inflammatory, you're going to have a reaction. But then, I had that creamed corn at that cookout where I was like, whatever, I'm fine. And then it just knocked me on my butt. And how supportive you were in being like, listen, I can tell you all day, like, you need to do these things, but ultimately you need to document and be aware of what things are truly affecting you. So it's been a joint effort and seeing what stuff.
A different, in different foods, people are sensitive to different things, and it's amazing to me. And people have to learn that on their own. I'm here to kind of point them in the right direction. And they'll say, well, how will I know? I'm like, you will know. And you had your cream corn moment.
Oh gosh,
I'll never forget that.
Yeah. Well, and it's so cool that, yes, I mean, on the other side of it, how it was so hard at first to adapt lifestyle wise, because I didn't realize how built in dairy was into, I don't know, just my lifestyle. But now I have all of these alternatives that I still get my dense, creamy, that fix that I love. It's just from, better alternatives that are delicious. And now even my boyfriend and he's like, dang, all your stuff tastes better than the dairy products that we were using.
I know, right? People don't realize it's really not that hard.
Yeah.
So another thing I do just want to mention is, you also had some stomach issues going on. And so that was really fun to see that totally go away as part of the program. And then just things started really moving for you, and the energy, and you started doing detoxing and saunas, and I loved watching it and just seeing where you're at now. So what's your biggest takeaway from where we started to where you're at today?
Well, I think the biggest takeaway, yes, the awareness piece, knowing what's different, knowing practically food wise, but then also the thing I came in with that was on the back burner, which I think this ties into the gut health, was the feeling tired, and the way that actually was tying into the hormone imbalance that I've been struggling with for the last 12 years. And so one of my biggest takeaways was partnering with you around the hormone therapy that I've been having to process. And I've been working with all kinds of different, different doctors where they just say, oh, you have to be on bioidentical hormones, or, be on this patch. You're going to be on it for the rest of your life. And we don't know what caused it or what you can do about it. You're just stuck. And so you and I partnered together to look at gut health, and then looking at energy levels and recognizing the practical way that my, kind of the fertility side of things, and hormones, and that ability for feeling my body starting to wake up. I feel like that's opened a really big door in my life that I've been told for the last decade was like concrete stone shut. So that's been a really beautiful thing that, has been a takeaway for me from us working together.
I know, it's been awesome. And, we didn't know I didn't necessarily know either, with you starting this, doing liver detox and giving your body these herbs for, like getting the right herbs to help balance your hormones. I was like, let's just try them. And then to see your body respond, it's be like, yay. We have a foundation to build on here. And you don't just have to be, you're not a stone.
Yeah. That's been the biggest gift, because being, as somebody that wants to have a family and is exploring all of that world, and me being in my late 20s, it was really refreshing to partner with a health practitioner that actually is looking at the full circle of it all, and not just being like, well, your levels say this, therefore we just stop there. Like, I've really appreciated you look at the whole person, and that's been good.
It's fun. I love it. I'm like a detective. So we did. I am. Shelby did do a lot of blood work. You did the urine testing. We did food testing. So we gathered a lot of information, which I love. And then that helps kind of, detect of where the deficiencies, insufficiencies, where imbalances are, and then and it's not that hard. And that's why I love having, you and other patients come on and do testimonies, because you're able to relate with other people that may want to be patients and be able to say, listen, like, this really isn't that difficult. You just have to have the right person listen to you and listen to your story and do the right testing to be able to really get a comprehensive assessment of what's going on with you to really make a difference.
Yeah. Well, and just speaking to that one little angle of it, I want to get on my soapbox of the fact that I do have a unique diagnosis around hormones and around fertility. And the fact that I've been hung out to dry by so many Western doctors of, whether they're OBGYNs or hormone specialists, because I'm kind of a unique situation. A lot of the Western diagnosis of what I am working with, they don't see that, it's something that's typically in 40-year-old women, not in women. I got diagnosed at 19. So it's felt so empowering to partner with you, because you're staying with me through that journey, and you're not shying away from, oh, okay, this is an unusual diagnosis. Well, let's observe. Let's see what we can do. So that's been huge for me, in investing energy together, because you're not just there for a one and done, do this treatment and it's over, but you really do look at it from, that full spectrum.
Yeah. It's very comprehensive. And I like to simplify it for patients. So, but then it's just the most rewarding part is working with patients like yourself that actually just, listen, and you take all your supplements, you make the diet changes, you do the work, you came and did the saunas, you took the liver support supplements, you took the hormone stuff so much. She's such a good patient. I'm like, whoa, we got to pull back a little bit.
Oh my gosh, I know. That's so funny.
But it was good, because we were pushing pathways a little too fast. And, then that can become a little bit more, of a symptomatic, but it was all good stuff. It's stuff we wanted to happen. So, well, yay. I'm so glad you took time to come on and just let me share this with people, because I don't do much marketing. I just love to do testimonies and talk with people and let you tell your own story. So,
yeah.
I'm here in Charleston, South Carolina, and I'm working virtually now from home. I know, woo! And I do love Zoom. We did Zoom calls before, and I did a lot of Skype before and FaceTime. But this is just working from home with kids here. It's definitely, it's quite different not getting up and going to the office. I miss the office. I miss my saunas. I miss seeing everybody, but I do love doing it virtual. So I think I'm going to be doing a couple more home days from here on out. When are you going to start booty yoga again?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I'm trying to put something online.
You need a virtual class.
I know.
All right, everybody, stay tuned, and you can follow Shelby if you want to put your handle and stuff.
Yeah. I'm definitely, I think from a lifestyle, I talk about the work that we're doing and real life stuff on my business, Ruby Riot Creatives. So at Ruby Riot, like a party, and then creatives, like a group of artists. Follow along there. We have some really awesome interviews there where we just talk shop around how to cope with life stuff.
She always makes me laugh. And then also you can follow my YouTube page, because she's going to be making some very, very interesting updates to the YouTube page. So if you haven't followed me over there, jump on over. It's EcoHealth Wellness Center, the YouTube. I always say the YouTube. I don't know why.
At the YouTube.
The YouTube. All right, girl. Thank you so much for tuning in and just sharing your story. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody have a great day.